video is based off pregnancy questions and answers. Right, on Instagram I posted what topics you guys want to hear about, and somebody said pregnancy. Then I put another post saying any questions you guys have regarding pregnancy to ask away. So I wrote down the questions and I'm about to answer them. So in total there's 17 questions. Yeah, 17 questions. First question is, how did you feel when you first found out? By the way, congratulations again. Thank you. And I'm about to tell y'all a little story of when I first found out. But first, let me change this off. I can stay there. So, one day, me and my boyfriend was going to the movies. So, before we went to the movies, we was here, we was chilling, we was in the same room. And I went to go pee in the bathroom. And then I started getting like this pain under my belly. And well, I didn't have a belly, but in the bottom of my stomach type shit. So in that area, I had a pain coming in. It was like, you know, girls that can relate, when you have your period and you get that sharp pain, that's what I got. But it was worse. Like, I couldn't move, I couldn't get up. He had already ordered the Uber was already about to be downstairs. I couldn't get up for nothing. I had told him to come in the bathroom with me. I ended up taking a dump and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up or nothing. So the Uber ended up leaving and I had to take my time coming to the bed and to sit down again. So then I came to the room, we ordered another Uber, and I'm like thinking, like, I kind of thought I was pregnant, but I didn't say anything. I just went with it. I was like, you know what, I'm fine, like whatever, let's go. We got in the Uber and we went to the movies. And I think a week after, 2 weeks after, I came out of work. I'm working downtown, and then I'm not about to say where I work at for privacy reasons, but I came out of work like at 10 p.m. and I went to my house and I wanted some broccoli with chicken. I usually get this. I love broccoli with chicken from Chinese Spot. If you know that Chinese spot on 161st and Broadway in Manhattan, Washington Heights, best Chinese spot that there is. So, in my opinion. So, I went to go get that. I went home. I started eating it, but I didn't really want it anymore after I got it. So I'm like thinking, this is weird. I usually eat because, you know, I've been working. I was hungry. So my sister was in my dad's room laying down, and I remembered I had one pregnancy test in my room. And I had told her, I'm like, you know, it's weird that I'm not eating this food or whatever. And like I had told her what happened 2 weeks before, a week before, when I had received that pain. And she was like, you know, you should go take it. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. So she was like, what you do is you're gonna pee in a cup, go to the bathroom, pee in a cup, and then we're gonna put the test inside the cup. So that's what I did. I got it, I left it, I went to the bathroom, I peed in the cup. I came back in the room, I put the pregnancy test in the cup, and I took it out. Me and her were just looking at it. Me and my sister were just looking at it. Mind you, my sister is like, I think she's either 29 or 30 right now. So we're both just staring at it, waiting, because it says you gotta wait like 3 or 4 minutes. By the way, I took a Clear Blue test. The brand of the test was Clear Blue. So then after that, like, it was a line. I don't know if the solid line was this way or that way, but there was one solid line and then one line was faded. I think this line was the faded one for the plus sign. So this line was solid and then this one was faded. And then I was like, I'm gonna Google what a positive pregnancy test looks like. So I Googled it. Gotta change this on real quick. So we Googled it and it looked like it. So I looked at her and I'm like, I'm pregnant. Like, it's positive. So I was just like thinking like, oh my God, like I'm just looking at it. I take a picture of it because, you know, just to have whatever. I took a picture of it And I was just sitting there. I didn't even want the food anymore. Like at this point, I forgot about the food. After that, I threw the food away. I went in my own room. And the first person I called was my brother, my big brother, Alex. Like, he's really like my best friend. So I called him on camera, and it was like, this was like 2 in the morning. By this time, it was already like 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning. I called him, I'm like, I gotta tell you something. He's like, what? I told him to go to the kitchen or somewhere that he could be by himself. I told them, I started crying. I was mad emotional. My whole life, like when I say this, and when some people say this, like you just hear them saying it, but literally my whole life flashed before my eyes. All the partying, all the going out, going to school, going to work, like everything just flashed in my head. Like I seen it like movie clips in my head. So I told him about it. I thought he was gonna be upset, but he was like, you know, it's up to you if you want to keep it or not. And giving me a brother talk, regular brother talk. After that, I just started crying some more. I had told him who the father was, and he didn't know him. Nobody knew him at that time because me and him were just messing around. So I had not introduced him to my family yet. So I'm still on the first question.
How many times you thought that shit over?
Once. So then after that, I hung up the phone, and the next day came. I asked my brother actually what clinic I should go to find out if I was really pregnant. And he suggested me a clinic that his girl. I went to that clinic the next day, and they told me it was like, your test came out positive and you're about 6 to 7 weeks pregnant, but that was just an estimate. So point is, I didn't know how to react. You don't really know how to react when you find out when you're pregnant, when you're not expecting it. But I honestly don't support abortion, so I was already with the mentality that I'm keeping it, and that's that. All right, question number 2. What was your first reaction when you first heard? I just told Dad the whole story. Like, you don't really know how to react, and depends if you planned it or not. If you didn't plan it, then, and you wasn't ready for it, then I don't know. But I didn't know how to react. How many months are you? This is question number 3. Right now, today I actually made 32 weeks. Every Sunday I make a week, so that's 6 months and 2 weeks to be exact. Question number 4, what's the gender? The gender is a girl. She's a girl. And question number 5 is pregnancy cravings. I've had many cravings throughout my pregnancy, but, and I had to write all of them down because it's like more than 1, more than 2, 3, 4, 5. So first, I was craving a lot of soup. Like, I've been buying a lot of ramen noodles, cooking them. I just ate one right now. If you're Spanish or whatever, if you know what sancocho is, bomb ass Spanish soup. Chocolate hazelnut croissant. I got one right in my face. This thing right here. It's like a croissant with hazelnut and chocolate in it. Tastes so good. I be asking my boyfriend to warm it up all the time, as it tastes way better when it's warmed up. Shrimp, a lot of shrimp, but I had to cut down on that because it contains mercury. A lot of seafood stuff contains mercury, so if you're pregnant or planning to be careful with those. A lot of pizza. In the beginning, I used to crave pizza like at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and Dad used to order it. A lot of broccoli, guacamole, and shore milk. One of my coworkers just gave me a whole bag of like 10 Ensure milks, flavor vanilla, because I'm in love with those. Different ices and ice creams. There's this icy called Cyclone. If you know what it's like, a swirly red, white with blue icy. It tastes so good. Me and my boyfriend was hooked on that for dumb long. Tacos, mashed potatoes, chicken tenders, and a lot of pinkberry, which falls in that ice cream category. Oh, and Ben and Jerry's, the cookies and cream flavor, fire. Question number 6. Do you feel the belly stretch when you get bigger? I wouldn't say you feel it get, like you feel it being thinner, if that's what you ask. It feels thinner. But yeah, you kind of do feel it. Some people get a lot of stretch marks. Some people don't. I haven't really got a lot of stretch marks, but it's bound to happen. Question number 7. Any names yet? We are still thinking. Question number 8. Weirdest craving. This was the hardest question for us to answer because to us, a weirdest craving is like mixing something that you wouldn't really mix it with something else. But I would say a tuna sandwich. We used to order this avocado chicken sandwich on the app and then like put homemade tuna in it. Question number 9. What were your first symptoms? My first symptom was the day that we were gonna go to the movies, and I was in the bathroom and got that pain under my stomach. It's like a very sharp pain, like worse than having your period. That was the first symptom, and that was honestly the only symptom I received. Yeah. What was your reaction or family's reaction? That's question number 10. I already told you my reaction. After I spoke about it with my boyfriend, my reaction to it was I was more relaxed and I was more positive about it the more we spoke about it, because I knew he was on the same page with me. I knew I wasn't alone in it. So that made me feel better. If you have a partner and you're having a baby and y'all together, it's better that you guys keep it that way. What else? My family's reaction. The first person I told was my sister. She was right next to me. I took the test with her. And then it was my bigger brother, Alex. They were both happy. They said, it's up to you if you want to keep it or not. They asked me when I was going to tell my mom. At this point, I found out I was pregnant. July. When I found out I was pregnant, it was 4 months after my dad passed away, so I didn't really get his reaction, but I know he would have been happy about it. My mom, I had to wait to tell her because she had recently been diagnosed with cancer. So I had to wait like 3 weeks with that in my head, looking at her every day, wanting to tell her, but I couldn't tell her yet. But overall, everybody was happy. When I told my mom about it, she just told me she wanted me to finish school. She said, you're about to be 21 years old. If you feel like you can handle it, go right ahead. And, she's no one to tell me not to have it. I started crying. She's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, because I'm thinking you better tell me to get rid of it or something, She's like, no. She just hugged me. I cried in her arms. And she was like, I'm going to help you through it. And that's it. She was very supportive, which I thank God for. Question number 11. Are you nervous? I'm not nervous to raise my daughter, but I am nervous for labor. The thought of labor is scary. I'm scared of labor. Question number 12. How did your parents react when you told them? I just told you. I wasn't able to tell my father, but my mom was very happy. Were you scared to take the pregnancy test? That's question number 13. I was scared, but then I wasn't, because I already knew what to expect in a way. I seen it coming, so when you feel like it's gonna happen. Anyways, question number 14. Is a boy or girl? It is a girl. Question 15. Do you have any regrets as to the age you are having the baby, life-wise, school-wise, or boyfriend? So any regrets as to my age? No. I honestly wanted to have my first kid at 22-ish, 23. But I was 20 when I found out I was pregnant. I just turned 21 about a week ago. So I'm fine with this age. I'm old enough to drink, old enough to do whatever. So, what was the next one? Life-wise, no, I do not regret having a baby at this point. I feel like I lived enough. Before having a baby, I partied, I clubbed, I did all of that stuff. I got tired of it. Like, I already lived it. I feel like I'm not missing out on anything anymore. And that stuff gets very tiring. Like, all you do is waste money and like buying drinks and stuff when you could go to the liquor store and buy it for like a bottle $40 instead of wasting $100 to get a table, to get a bottle. Like, yeah, that's mad. School-wise, I'm proud of myself to say that I at least got my associate's degree in criminal justice system. I was working to get my human services degree and continue criminal justice, but I didn't get to finish my bachelor's. That's because I was getting a lot of morning sickness. In the morning, I would get dizzy, lightheaded, and it was hard for me to like even take the train and maintain. And then after going to work, it was just too much. So I stopped. I have like 2 semesters left though to finish. So keep that in mind. As to regrets from my boyfriend, I do not regret the person I have a baby with. Like, I actually thank God it's somebody that's like him, that is him. Because unlike other guys these days, you know, you tell them you're pregnant or whatever and they'll tell you, oh, it's not mine, or, you know, they still want to go see other girls, be with other girls, do guy stuff. But he held it down. I thank him for that, and I love him for that. Question 17. Now, there was somebody said, hey bro, your music is dope, let's work. You probably seen my boyfriend's song that I posted on my Instagram. Anyways, it's on every platform. It's called Bad Bitch by Papa and Stax Moolah, okay? Go listen to that. Question 17. Is it a boy or girl? It is a girl. And last question is, what does it feel like having a baby in your stomach? Do you feel full? The feeling of having a baby in my stomach is crazy. Knowing that you have a human inside you is like indescribable. Like the fact that like you'll start thinking like, how can human create humans? But I have a human inside of me. Like, that shit is crazy. But it feels nice. At first it felt weird. It felt like you had an alien moving. Like once you start feeling the movements, it feels like an alien is inside you. You start feeling the movements like at 4 months. About 4 months. That's when I felt my baby move. It's getting harder now. Like and sometimes you can see the movement through your stomach. And that feeling right there is like, I love watching her move. I love it. Like sometimes I'll be laying down on one side and my belly on the bed, and she'll like try to kick off, and like you'll feel it on the other side of your belly. But it's amazing. It's wonderful. I'm ready for it. And I can't wait to meet my little princess. And those are all the questions I got for pregnancy. So if you guys want to know more about it, you can ask questions in the comments. And keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Anything you guys think that I can improve on, let me know. Because I'm not really used to this. But I feel like people would like to know about this stuff. About my life too. And other stuff. So thank you. And have a good night.